One of the first pieces of advice that I got from a Rocket League coach was that if I wanted to improve, I needed to watch the gameplay of other players who were 1 to 2 ranks higher than me. That way I could pick out things that I may not have considered before. The problem is, when you look at people streaming on Twitch, a lot of the titles say something like Road to SSL or Top 100. And while those games might be fast paced and exciting, lower players aren't going to be able to learn a lot from that because they're just so mechanically advanced at that point. So I want to be the middleman. I want those plats and golds and lower diamonds to be able to watch my videos and maybe pick out things that they hadn't seen before that they could apply to their own games. So that leads us to our new YouTube series. We're going to be calling it Thoughts of a Diamond, and it's going to be a lot of do's and don'ts that come from my actual ranked games, where I'm going to be doing live commentary where I think out loud and explain why I do the things I do or how I could have done something better. There's also going to be a few points where I go back in and add a few extra comments where a little extra detail or clarity might be needed. So with that, let's just get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, let's get into game one. All right, I'm first. Hopefully my teammate's going to cheat up behind me. He did, but that wasn't a great kickoff. Just going to go to back post. That was a good clear on his part. All right, now that's mine. I'm going to wait for that rebound off the back wall. Make it easier to read. Like, as soon as you make your contribution to the play, that's when it's time to get out, like right there. So I'm going to back off, let my teammate take it. All right, it's coming our way, so I'm just going to go get ready at back post. I'll just creep up a little bit. All right, teammate circled out, so that's my ball. Had a weird landing there, so I'm just going to come back a little. Ooh, I thought I might get that angle in. Right, again, I'm going to get ready at back post. Right, now it's mine. I just got to wait and see what my teammate's doing each time, just to make sure we're not double committing. I ran out of boost, but they don't know that. I can steal theirs. That was probably a little aggressive. I knew teammate was back, but if they had hit that hard enough, he may not have caught up to it. I gotta be better at putting those on net. That's where training packs come in. That ball was awkward over my head, and I knew teammate was behind me somewhere. So in those situations, it's better to just get out of the way and rotate back. Alright, I'm first man now, so I gotta push. Oh, and he is nowhere to be found, so there he is. If he still hadn't come up, I would have gone for the ball again. But as soon as I saw him coming, I got out of his way. That one's on net, but he's sitting right there waiting. Since I'm this close to the ball, I think teammate... Okay, there's our first point that we're going to talk about there. I started to talk about it and then kind of got distracted with the play. I know I've been saying, make your mark on the play and then rotate out. And there I said something about being close, so I'm going to push up. I know I made that first shot on net, but if we go back a little ways here, look, this was after my first touch. And if we look at the field, our teammate's he's not in view anywhere. He's not pushing up for the ball. That tells us he's behind us. So he's going to be able to see me. And he sees that my car lands pointing forwards towards their net. And now watch, when this defender in goal redirects the ball up towards the corner, I'm landing in that direction anyways. That's where my momentum's going. So instead of rotating out and giving the opponents the entire half of their field, I'm just going to, cut my teammate off for this one time, just so we can keep the pressure on them. That way they don't have time to develop any kind of play. That one's on net, but he's sitting right there waiting. Since I'm this close to the ball, I think teammate... Again, I'm going to let him stick with it. Oh, I saw him get bumped. Ooh, and I missed, but luckily he's back. That ball comes out, I'm going to go for it. It's alright. Oh, I thought I was going to get my teammate's way and bump him. Alright, I'm awkward here, so I'm just going to get to back post. There we go. I'm going to wait because we're playing boomer ball here and there's no point in double committing anywhere. Oh, scared me a little bit. Oh, if I had known teammate was going to stick with the bumps, that would have been great, but what am I doing? See, I shouldn't have gone there. That was awkward. I don't have the mechanics to go for that ball, so there's no point in me leaving my teammate in a 2v1. Oh, no. Let's talk about this. That was just some good old-fashioned diamond mentality panic. Watch right here. Look where I am right here. Perfect defensive positioning. I'm parallel to the back wall. I'm sitting at the back post. I see all three players and the ball in my field of view. There is no reason for me to be panicked here. This is not RLCS. This isn't SSL gameplay. This is Diamond. I need to get off my high horse and quit taking this so seriously. If I had just stayed calm and taken my time on this challenge, I wouldn't have panicked. When we watch this again, pay attention to my wheels and my boost and notice how my car like zigzags back and forth. It's because I'm so, worked up over it. And if I had just taken my time, it would have been an easy block and that guy would have had no shot at making a goal. To go for that ball. So there's no point in me leaving my teammate in a 2v1. You see that zigzag back and forth? All right, teammates got the kickoff. I'm going to cheat up behind him. And, I don't understand people that do that on their kickoffs. Like, if it's your ball, go for it. Maybe if you're, like, GC or SSL and you're playing with a friend, sure. No, I'm not going for that ball. Teammates behind me. I'm last back. Okay, here's the next one. In that moment, I was playing it safe. I was last back, so, it was fine for me to kind of shadow a little bit until I knew what was happening with the ball. But if we rewind this a little bit, pay attention to that opponent who sent that clear. He dives into the ball, shoots it up the wall, and he loses possession. So once that happens, he doesn't have control of the ball. Instead of turning back around the way I did, I should have gone up the wall. That way I could make a challenge on it and we can send it back into their half. So let's rewind and watch that happen. Sure. No, I'm not going for that ball. Teammate behind me. Right here. Before I even knew where that ball was going, I was already turning around to come back. And sure, in the end, I did get the ball, but he's still pushing right up to me, and they're about to take possession back. My ball's over, so I'm just going to turn around. See what teammate is. I'm just going to inch up and be with him, but now that I see he's going for a solo play, I'm just going to get ready for their counter attack. Alright, and as soon as I saw him coming back, that's when I went up. I know that he's rotating out and he'll be behind me. That was a weak shot. Steal their boost. Also gonna steal... Nope, never mind. I was going to steal the mid boost, but then I saw a teammate coming in for it. I'm going to steal this one. It was a good pass on his part. No. Oh, we just got so lucky. Oh, and I just bumped the crap out of him. Just let it hit. Let it hit. Thank you. That was a little panicky on my part. Ah. That was a bad read. That was a bad read. Let's talk about it. Hang on a second. Let's go back. Let it hit. Thank you. And let's walk through this and see how we could have done this better. So the kickoff was fine. All right, right here. Watch how I rotated. I should have taken a very wide turn, like almost followed this blue and pink semicircle all the way around to the left. That way I could come back around, be parallel with the back wall, and just sit there posted up at the back post. But instead, I drive pretty much directly at the back post, and then by the time I get my car turned around, I'm pretty much where my teammate is right now. I'm like in the middle of the net. The ball is going to be directly over my head. That causes me to have to do that awkward backflip save attempt. But if I had just posted up at the back post, I'd have a much better view of the ball. I'd be going pretty much in the same direction as it, so it'd be a much easier save instead of this. So like right there, look, my nose is pointing at the back post. I want to be 90-degree turn from where I'm at now and back a little bit instead. Ah, that way you're not left as a bad read awkwardly like that. All right, moving on to game number 2. All right, left goes. Hopefully he's going to cheat up behind me. In 2s, always cheat up if you're second man. All right, that's his ball, so I'm going to race to the mid boost there. I'm not saying you should prioritize the big boost because everybody does that and that's bad. But if you're near it and you can control the mid boost, that will do wonders for your team controlling the pace of the play and boost starving your opponents. Oh, I'm going to grab theirs while I'm here. He got that one, but I can get the demo. All right, no one's near, so I'm not going to boom that. Ooh, didn't know he was behind me. No, I didn't know he was behind me. And if I had been using any bit of game sense whatsoever, I would have known that. So let's back it up a second. All right, so we're coming back. He got that one, but I can get the demo. All right, let's pause right here. We're playing 2s, right? 2s, okay. How many people do we see on the field right now? Nobody. I know we just demoed one, but that still leaves one opponent, right? And if I can't see him, that means he's in the very small bit of field that is behind me right now. So if I had been looking out at the field and not staring at the ball, I would have known that that second guy was probably going to come up and either attack the ball or me. But I wasn't paying attention, and so I was just taking my time when really I should have hurried up with that and tried to send it downfield. All right, no one's near, so I'm not going to boom that. Ooh, didn't know he was behind me. If you don't have to boom it and you can just keep possession, that's going to be better. All right, he's backwards. I don't... Sorry, my nose was itchy. Oh. See, and doing that, that was a bad touch on my part because all it did was center the ball for them and give them possession. This is awkward. I want to take a wide approach here. gonna wait here at back post. Let teammate push. All right, now that's my ball. I gotta get back. Nope. Oh no. That ball would have gone right over my head if I had just left it. That's tough. Alright, this one's mine. He won't cheat this time. Oh, he did. And it worked. Wow. Is that the new meta? No, I don't think so. Alright, this is still my ball because teammate. Oh. Should have been. Not really sure why he was up. Oh, I didn't want to touch it a second time. Alright, there were multiple issues in that last little play, so let's just break them down and go over them each. Right here, actually, this was a really good spot to flip back to. Okay, right here, I had a case of C-ball, hit ball. I just drove straight into it. If I had angled my car a little bit more to the right, like towards the wall, and hit that ball with the front left corner of my car, that would have probably popped it a little more to the center, closer to their net, which would have allowed us to, either it would have allowed me to either pass to my teammate or maybe even take a shot. But instead, I just sent it into the corner. So that was problem number one. Number two, right here. I know there wasn't a lot of time between those. We saw opponent number one go flying by, right? And then we can see opponent number two sitting in net. Now, he doesn't come out to make a play on the ball. So what's my big rush? Why did I feel the need to go up for that awkward aerial that ended up like pancaking it back out the wrong direction? Instead, I should have just let that ball drop down and caught it. That way I could dribble it back towards the net. And again, we might have a chance to put some kind of pressure on their net. So again, that's just me not thinking about what I wanted to do before I did it. Oh, I really thought I'd get that big boost. Right, when he cuts me like that, just immediately go back. Don't even try and fight him for the ball. Better to just let your teammate take it than for y'all to double commit because you're having a pissing match over whose ball it is. Our teammate take it than for nothing to point out here, but what I just said, and I want you guys to hear it again, is going to be foreshadowing to how this game goes. Right, when he cuts me like that, just immediately go back. Don't even try and fight him for the ball. Better to just let your teammate take it than for y'all to double commit because you're having a pissing match over whose ball it is. Alright, I'm going to try and read this off the backboard. I have no idea what teammate should have been center. Alright, he's... I had to be ready for him to miss that because that's an awkward shot to be trying to block. Clear. No, I'm not going for that ball. And as soon as he goes up the wall in front of me like that, I just come right back to back post. I don't challenge there because I'm last man. That's diamond mentality right there. Cut your teammate off, bump him, give up a goal, vote to forfeit. We're only down 2. We can still come back if we can just get our stuff together. Unless you're getting Braziled or you're down like 4 with a minute left, don't forfeit, just play the game. Even if you're losing, you're still getting some play experience. Or I do realize that every now and then you just get really toxic teammates and like there's no point. Oh, that was my fault. I cut him off that time. Too busy talking, not thinking. Alright, I'm just gonna get to back post. Pick up some pads. He wants to solo this. That's fine. See, and now we've got almost 40 seconds, and we're only down 1 goal. Sorry, I hit my mic there. I'm gonna pick up this back pad too. Alright, that clear was fine. It could have been handled better. So, right here, pad 2. There. I should have just stopped. There was no need to go drifting towards the play. Instead of going up and then having to do that weird spinny thing I do and then trying to clear it, you lose so much power doing that. If I had sat here and just waited, that way I could hit the ball head on, I would have had a lot more power and the ball would have gone farther than the dinky little clear that I got to midfield. Normally I'd say not to go for that, but since we're down a goal with so little time left, we got to be really aggressive here. Alright, let's do this. Oh. That's tough. Ooh, and the div down. You know, that wasn't a terrible game. They didn't really beat us. We beat ourselves. I had that own goal early on in the game, and then we had that empty net we gave up where the teammate bumped me out of the way. So really, if you take out those 2 mistakes, we played pretty well and probably would have won that game. So it sucks that we got div down there, but I'm not super upset about that. Well, that wraps up our very first episode of Thoughts of a Diamond. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you found anything in my videos that you think you might be able to take away and apply to your own games, make sure you let me know in the comments because I would be thrilled to know that I helped somebody else out. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like and subscribe. And last but most importantly, if you're free on Monday and Thursday nights, come hang out with us on Twitch. It's live, it's interactive, we have a really good time, and we'd love for you to come hang out. So until next time,